Okay, good afternoon to you all, and I'm proud to be joined by many of my colleagues. This great legislation, which has had so many people be involved, but was really led by Michael Bennett and Sherrod Brown and Ron Wyden and Cory Booker and Raphael Warnock. And Stabenow has gotten the message out, and I have become a great devotee of it. So we have everybody here. And, of course, our finance chairman will work on it as we go forward in our budget resolution with instructions. Okay, so thank you for being here. So, to quote our dear friend, former Senator and current President Joe Biden, this is a big effing deal. One of the biggest effing deals that's been passed in decades and decades. Today's the day that we say to the parents of America, help is on the way. Today, the child tax credit payments, which Democrats secured as part of the American Rescue Plan, will begin going out to American families across the country. Tens of millions of families are going to see extra money hit their bank accounts because of this program. Over the past 20 years, childcare has become ludicrously expensive. Caring for a child is about equal these days to the cost of buying a new car every single year. Poor families struggle to keep their kids out of poverty. Middle-class families struggle to stay in the middle class because the costs of raising a child are so expensive. On top of that, everything from diapers to housing to health care to college tuition has risen in price while wages are flat. The Roosevelt Institute has put out a study, which I'm going to send to all my colleagues. For the bottom 70% of America, earning power was flat from 2000 to 2020. Earning power is flat, things go up. My daughter buys diapers for my grandson. I'm amazed at the price compared to when we used to buy diapers for her. Just incredible, one little thing. And of course, then, with the pandemic, life got even harder for families that are just trying to give their children the best opportunities. So this child tax credit is a double successful hit for the middle class and for the poor. For the middle class, to help people stay in the middle class. For the poor, close to half the children in poverty will get out of poverty. When a child is born into poverty through no fault of her or his own, they often don't get fed properly, educated properly, proper health care, proper housing. And by the time they're in their 14, 15, 16-year-olds, they're in a deep ditch. Now, some of them, to their credit, climb out of that ditch, but many don't. This will prevent many more from getting stuck in that ditch. So it helps the middle class and helps the poor, both. A vast majority of parents will receive that monthly check of $300 for each child under 6, $250 for each child between 6 and 17. We are sending taxpayer dollars right back to American parents. This will amount to a substantial and potentially life-altering tax cut for American families. This is one of the largest tax cuts average American families have gotten in a while. 4 million kids, as I said, will be lifted out of poverty. I've met with families in New York. You know, when you're a poor person and you're worried about having enough money to pay the rent so your kids won't be kicked out of their house, or having enough money to buy food so they can have some meat, this is a godsend. This is a godsend. So Republicans have claimed to be the party of tax cuts, but in reality, they're only the party of tax cuts for the wealthy and well-connected. This tax cut, which comes in the form of a check to so many American families, every Republican voted no. They all voted yes when you cut taxes on the top 1%. They all voted no when you cut taxes on the middle class and the poor. We, the Democrats, are the party of tax cuts for the middle class. And I'm proud that the Senate majority is making it clear that we're fighting to give American kids and American families a much stronger, brighter future. Senator Stabenow.